All right, YouTube, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. It is Wednesday, March 8th. We got 7 games on today's NBA slate. Like we always do, we're going to jump into each and every game. I'll give you my lean. We'll talk about the game, but keep an eye on that pinned comment of this video, guys. That is where my final plays will live, what I'm actually going to be rolling with tonight. In terms of last night, we go 1-1. We had the Kings and the Lakers teaser, that hit, but then we had the Kings and the under in the Warriors and Thunder game, and they scored 1,000,000 points. So that one did not hit. So we lost a little bit of cha-ching yesterday, but we bounced back tonight. Still would consider ourselves on a very good path as of right now, and in multiple ways. You know, we're winning bets, but also you guys have absolutely been crushing it when it comes to supporting the channel. So make sure you do hit that like button and subscribe to the channel as well. We are grinding our way towards 20,000 subscribers. So if you're watching and you're not subscribed, guys, we're here every single day, whether we're in the car or at the office, you know, with the camera, the mic, the setup, or just my phone in the car. You know what I mean? We're getting these videos out. So make sure to hit that like button. You guys have been crushing the likes. I think 700 plus likes in yesterday's video. Yikes, you guys are crazy. You're psychos. But yeah, hit that subscribe button. Let's jump into the first game here. We got the Wizards taking on the Hawks here. Wizards, 3-point dogs at home. Total at 234 right now. These two teams last played in late February. Washington as 7.5-point dogs. They were the away team as well. They won that game 119-116. That was their only meeting of the season. Washington, however, at home in their last 4 games, 1-2-1 against the spread. Not playing too well. But then you have the Hawks on the other hand, right? What do we say about the Hawks? When they're on the road, we like to call them the Atlanta Pigeons because they have not been playing well against the spread on the road. They're 15-19 this season against the spread. That being said, I do think that this Hawks team, not to say they found something, but they are covering. They've covered 2 of their last 3 games. There's been a lot of changes there. I am going to lean towards the Hawks minus the points here. I think that's a doable number for them, coming off of a loss against Miami, but they were 2.5-point underdogs, and they covered that game. They only lost by 2 points, and it was a thriller at the end there. Washington just has been a little bit too inconsistent for me. They played Detroit last night and only won by a couple points here. Detroit's one of the worst teams in the league. They're sitting guys as well, right? So I just can't trust Washington at this point. So I'm going to lean Atlanta here, minus the 3 points, and then also the under 234. Moving on, we got the Heat taking on the Cavs. Heat, 2.5-point dogs at home. Total all the way down at 213. 213. Is that the bait? Is that the bait? Are we gonna, fall for it? All of a sudden it's a 90-88 game type of thing? I don't know, guys. I do like the over just because that's so low, but my mind and my big old gut may be playing tricks on me there, because this team, I get that they play good defense, but last time they played, they did hold Cleveland to, I think it was under 100 points last time they played, but this Miami team has let up 114 points in the last game. It was against Boston, but Boston didn't have, some of the guys there, you know what I mean? No Jason Tatum. So I do think that, there are things to consider when it comes to, I guess, this over, because that is such a low number. Miami could play good defense and it could still catch the over. So keep an eye on the pinned comment. If I disprove that with further research throughout the day, then it won't be a final play, but I do really like that over there. In terms of injuries, Kyle Lowry out. He's been out for a while for them, so nothing new there. Nothing on the Cleveland side of things. I am going to lean Cleveland, however, plus or minus the 2.5 points. This Cleveland team has been playing good basketball in their last 10 games, 5-5 against spread, not too great, but Miami's just been struggling, 3-7 against spread in their last 10. So I lean Cleveland, but they're playing better basketball. I trust them a little bit more, much like the first game we talked about. I don't trust Washington, so I'm leaning towards Atlanta, right? I don't really trust Miami in terms of being consistent here, like even talking about the defense. They'll let up 90 points, then they'll let up 115. You don't exactly know what you're going to get there, so I'm going to lean towards Cleveland here, minus the points and the over. Moving on, we got the Pelicans taking on the Mavericks. Pels, 1-point dogs on their own floor. Total at 233.5 in this one here. Last time these two teams played, early February, Dallas won 111-106. It was a 5-point closing spread, so that was actually a push. They also played back in early January here. Dallas won 127-117, and then they first played this season in late October, and that's where New Orleans won 113-111. So right now, Dallas leading the season series 2-1 here. In their last 10 games, Dallas 3-7 against the spread. Same thing for the Pelicans. But like I told you guys, I think in the last video, this Dallas team seems like they're starting to figure it out. Now, they're not covering games. I wouldn't say that. They've only covered one game in their last 5 games here, even though they've won 2 of them. So they haven't totally figured it out, but I do think, barring any late injuries or anything like that, I do think that this Dallas team has what it takes to beat a Pelicans team, or pretty much a pick 'em, right? -1. So I am going to lean towards Dallas. They are on the back-to-back. That is obviously worth noting here, but regardless, I do like Dallas in this one. In terms of a total 233.5, I think I'm going to go towards the under here. I know this Dallas team can put up a bunch of points, but New Orleans has been very inconsistent with their scoring. Some nights they're scoring 120, some nights they're scoring 90, and I don't really, feel like backing them to carry their weight in a 230 plus type of an over here. So I'm going to lean towards the under. Hopefully that makes sense to you guys. Guys, before we get into the last 4 games here, I will ask you guys to consider becoming a baller. A baller is just a member on the channel. $2.99 a month. First and foremost, like I tell you guys, it comes down to wanting to support the channel. If you want to do that, this is a great way to do it. Again, $2.99 a month. But we're also giving features and perks to you guys more than, normal YouTubers where they just have the logo next to your name and emojis you can use in the comments. We do have those, but we're also producing ballers models for you guys for the NBA. So you get a spread model, a total model, all in the same model. Then you get a player points, rebounds, and assists model every single weekday. And we also have ballers only videos on the channel as well, teaching you guys how to build a model from scratch within Google Sheets, which if you have an internet connection, you got access to Google Sheets. So consider becoming a baller today, guys. $2.99. Let's get back into the games. We got my Boston Celtics taking on the Blazers here. Celtics 9.5 point favorites in this one. Total 231 right now. These two teams have not played this season. In their last 10 here, Boston 5-5 against the spread. In their last 5 struggling at home, 2-3 against the spread at home. But same thing for Portland on the road, 2-3 on the road here. They're 4-6 in their last 10 against the spread. I do not mind the under in this one. 4 of Portland's last 5 or 6 games have gone under here. Boston obviously has been an over team all year long, but some of the play that they've had as of late kind of slowing things down. 3 of their last 5 games here have been 115 points or less scored. They're still playing decent defense, but the Celtics just aren't the Celtics right now. They've lost, I think, 3 straight. I should know that as a Celtics fan. I believe it's 3 straight. Now the competition has been good. They've played New York, Cleveland, Brooklyn, New York, Cleveland. Very good competition, barring the Brooklyn one. That was a really, really bad loss. Actually, in fact, a lot of these are bad losses. But I don't hate the under in this one. In terms of a spread pick here, if Jason Tatum's a go, I like the Celtics to get back on track tonight. I'm going to lean -9.5 points. This is probably a good spot to throw into a teaser, so keep an eye on that if that is a teaser, because we can get the Celtics down with a 5-point teaser, down to 4.5 or something like that. So I'm going to lean towards the Celtics and the under in this one. Again, I probably don't touch it if Jason Tatum's not playing. He is probable, but if he's not playing, I probably don't touch it. Moving on, we got the Nuggets taking on the Bulls. Nuggets 8-point favorites, total 228 in this one. They played in mid-November here. Denver won 126-103 in their last 10. Denver 7-3 against spread. In their last 4 home games, 3-1 against spread. Chicago 2-8 against spread in the last 10. I'm leaning Denver minus the 8 points. In terms of injuries here, Michael Porter Jr. is probable. No major injuries to update there for Denver. No major injury updates for Chicago either. I think this is just a case of Denver being a way better team. 8 points. I'll take it. I wish it was like 6.5 or something. Obviously, we'd want a better line, but I'm going to lean Denver here, minus the 8 points. And in terms of a total 228, I want to go over, but I'm yet again going under. A lot of unders in today's video. I get it, but you guys know I like unders, and we cash unders plenty. I say that coming off of a loss of a cashing of an under, but nonetheless, we do cash unders plenty. I'm not afraid to pull the trigger on unders, even though they stink to watch and everyone loves overs, but I am pulling the trigger on yet another under here. All right, moving on, we got the Suns taking on the Thunder here. Suns 12-point favorites. Yes, the Suns team looks good with Durant. I understand that. But the reason this spread is where it is because Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has been ruled out. And obviously we can't back the Suns without him. He kind of is the motor of the Suns, obviously, right? They have some other, I guess, secondary players and some good players. I shouldn't say that. But Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is the Thunder here. So I'm going to lean Phoenix minus 12. I don't think I touch this one. Potentially with a teaser. That's where I could see it happening. But I don't think I touch this one straight up today. In terms of a total, 234. I just talked about love and unders. I think this is actually one where I might pull the trigger on a high over 234. In our last game, the wind is crazy right now. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but we got some snow and whatnot on the edge of a parking garage. So the snow's hitting the windshield. Hopefully it's not messing with the video. But guys, here we go. Last game, we got the Clippers taking on the Raptors. Clippers 3.5-point favorites, total 229 right now. These two teams played late December, and LA won 124 to 113. That was the only meeting of the season here. In their last 10, Clippers 3-7 against spread, and at home it has been abysmal. 1-5 in their last 6 games against the spread at home. Now you have the Raptors, who aren't the best away team either on the season. This Raptors team is 14-19 against the spread on the road, so nothing special there. But this Raptors team has been pretty inconsistent. No major injuries to update on either side. I will say I went back and forth on this lean, so I can be transparent with you guys. I don't want to make it sound like a super confident pick. I did end up siding with the Clippers. I know they've had their struggles, especially since acquiring Westbrook, and that's a social media thing right now where, oh my God, they stink since Westbrook, yada yada yada. It is true, and I get that. They think they got their first win against that Memphis team a couple nights back. They won by 6 points with Memphis having no one playing, right? So I understand that this team hasn't looked good, but I don't think that this Toronto team has been ultra consistent either. They're just going like this: wins, loss, wins, loss, wins, loss. Maybe a little run of wins, wins, loss, wins, loss. Couple losses in a row, wins, loss. They have not really proven anything to me here. So I'm going to lean towards the Clippers. And then in terms of the total, 229, I like the under in this game as well. But honestly, this is one of those games, and I say it sometimes in videos, if someone in the comments was like, no, the Raptors are the play, I don't think I disagree. You know what I mean? Like, I'll be honest that I went back and forth in this final game, but that is where we landed. Clippers -3 and the under 229.5. And that is all I have for you guys today. I hope you guys did enjoy the video. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Let's see if we can keep crushing these likes. You guys have been absolutely crazy. But yeah, we'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.